Our discussion is you have a duty to live a life that is yours. If you look at this cover page, you will get some idea what we are going to discuss today. Let's move on. In the first slide, are you familiar with this kind of situations in your life that someone will tell you are too sensitive, then you and I stop expressing our emotions. You are different, then we started spending a lot of time trying to be someone else to please them. Okay, you are so quiet is another complaint we hear, and then we force ourselves to speak even though we don't want to. Okay, I'm sure most of us have gone through this. So what's going on here? Well, person A has a personality or some kind of behavior or character, and he see person B is something slightly different. So he's asking indirectly person B to change the way person A is. So he's putting that effort on B. Okay, he don't want to do it. He don't want to accommodate you. He don't want to accept you the way you are. He simply wanted you to change. That's the problem here. All right. Now, most of us at some point in time don't realize this, because the person who is talking to us is very close to us. Okay, so we don't want to lose him. Therefore, we try to change, but we can't sustain it because we are changing the personality that is so rooted to ourselves right from the childhood. Okay, so what shall we do? If you are still facing this problem, my suggestion is gently tell them to accept you as you are, because that's your personality. And if that person is mentally greedy and is still forcing you, then allow him. Just release that burden. Okay, allow him to be find someone else. He may able to do much better. But I'll tell you something. Give him a round in life. He will see another person. He will try the same thing. It's not going to work because it's unfair. And finally, he will realize that you are much better, and he will come back to you. Okay. So the key point is absolutely you have no duty to fit in the way the other person force you. Okay, and you don't have to please it that way. It's not going to work. All right. And look at this picture. It's very beautifully said. I hope you are getting my point here. Now, it's very, very important to spend some time, okay, to ask some key questions in life. And if you don't do it, if I don't do it, still we can live. But at some point later time in your life, you will realize, or I will realize also, that I was leading a very unhappy life. Okay, and I am sure that most of you, including me, have no idea to this question. Okay, absolutely no idea, because we didn't spend time to ask some basic questions. So what are these questions? Here are the questions, very simple questions, but we don't spend time. Okay, the first thing is we should ask ourselves, what do we believe in? This is basically around your personality, and that sets in right from your childhood. Okay, so there are many people who likes certain activities. Okay, so if based on the personality, if you find a workspace that is aligning with your personality, you will have a happy workspace, and you will be very happy, because that's something you can sustain, because that comes from your personality. Okay, But for you to do such a thing, for you to get access to such a workspace that is very close to your personality, you may need a college education or some skill or a license to practice things like that. So you will not mind it because you like that kind of workspace. So that drives you to achieve what you need to come back to this workspace. Okay. So let me. I know this is more of theory. Let me show you a real example. Then you will understand what I'm talking about. Here is an example, practical example. This person Aisha is an imaginary person. You see here that what she believes in is she strongly believes in healthcare as a human right, accessible to everyone. Okay, you know that the most 60% of the population has no way to spend an expensive, very expensive health care that's given by private hospitals. Okay, so most of the people depend badly on free health care that's given by government, but you know that it is very limited and a lot of issues, people die, things like that. So if I am someone, I lost my mother, for example, because there was no care on time, and and it and I so what I will think, I want to be a doctor, or I want to work in a health environment where I can give care to many mothers. Okay, so I don't want other people, I don't want someone to lose their mother because there is no care in my village. So that makes me happy to work with people. They really need good care. So for me to work in such an environment, I need to get a license to practice. Okay, so I don't mind, I will push myself to work hard, study hard, cut my leisure time, and overcome any challenges to get admission to medical school. You see that? So once I become a doctor, I will definitely want to work. I will ask for a workspace in villages, and I would started seeing every mother that comes to me as my mother itself, and I treat them very happily. And yes, you know, the it is the poor people, they are very genuine, they will really show you, they really shower you with a lot of praise and blessings and smile, and you have no idea, such an environment gives you a lot of happiness. Okay, so along with that, since you have a skill set, you are also paid, so you can also meet your expenses. So this is what life. Okay, I don't know how many of us, including me, is working on this. Okay, if you don't work on it, we can get into some kind of job that you don't like, then you only get money, you don't get happiness. All right, here is a very powerful quote from the great philosopher Aristotle. It's also talking about same thing. Okay, it's about asking and knowing yourself. I want to bring your attention to this very powerful picture. Okay, this tell you that we all have great potential. Okay, and if you work on it, on the questions that I just raised in the previous slide, it will dramatically multifold your confidence and self-respect. Okay, so at this moment we all think we are like a cat, we are so limited. Not true. So next one, criticism. Okay, it's very important to get the best out of criticism. So for that you need a positive mind. It's very very hard to build up a positive mind. On the other hand, negative mind is very easy. So what I'm trying to say is, if you see big corporates and companies, they are dying for feedback. Okay, they will reach customers in one way or the other to get feedback. Feedback is nothing but criticism. They know that criticism is the only way to improve the awareness on the company, that how they are doing. Okay, it is the only way to define the company next level, so that they can scale up. Likewise, If when I behave, when I show my face, when I show my body, things like that, there is no way I am going to know it. Only you will know it, because you are the one seeing me behaving. Okay, so when you react and when you criticize me, if I have a positive mind, I should be listening you. I should take it offline and think what's going on and why such a person criticize me, question the criticism and reach a conclusion. And when you do that, we should be completely honest, no bias. You should think from both sides, and if possible, if you still not able to find, you should also discuss with your partner that such and such thing happened, and that person will tell you another way of looking at things. Okay, so I'll tell you something. Criticism is mostly correct. Okay, and it's very important to accept the criticism with a positive mind. Then only if you have a positive mind, you're going to know you will be able to harness that criticism. Okay, and every interaction that you have will give you either a positive or negative feedback, and harness them. All right, it's very important. Now the next slide is pretty much the same thing, but I want to tell you something. Say something happened in your life, and if I have a positive mind, if you have a positive mind, you will simplify the situation, solve the problem, and things will slowly getting better. If that happens to you or me, then I have a positive mind. On the other hand, if I have a negative mind, I can turn the situation into more sore and more complicated, leading to court cases, police station, divorce, partnership breakup, all that. For sure, if something that happens to me, I have a negative mindset. Okay, and that is likely, very likely, and not 100%, very likely. Okay, so this is the power of positivity. So we need to build it. It's doable, it is required, and that's how our life will be meaningful. All right, I think we are pretty much done here. Well, this is the time for you to show me some love, because if you appreciate the video that I did, and if you enjoyed it, got something out of this, please consider to support it, because the only way to do more work, I mean, you need motivation to do things, so this is the only way to do it. And please support and show your love. All right, so with that, we are pretty much done here. I wanted to thank you, and here is a disclaimer. You take care. Thank you so much.